What's up, Reds? Welcome back to Red Devils Report. It has been a long, noisy summer. Signings, exits, World Cup call-ups, pulling half the squad away from Carrington. But pre-season is officially here. Saturday afternoon, Helsinki. Michael Carrick's first competitive test of the new campaign. Today's video is split into two parts. First, everything on the Wrexham match itself. Team news, fitness updates, who's missing. Then we're going deep on the transfer window, every name in, the money involved, and where things stand on the deals still hanging in the balance. Grab a brew. This is a long one. Let's start with match day. So here's the framework for the summer. Because of the 2026 World Cup, United are not doing their usual pre-season tour format. United's official pre-season guide lists Wrexham as the opening summer opponent, with the game taking place in Helsinki on Saturday 18th of July. Kick-off is 4 p.m. UK time. Squad reported back to Carrington on Thursday 9th of July, so Carrick has had just over a week to work with before this one. And the shape of the summer is genuinely unusual. Instead of the usual US tour, United are staying in Europe throughout. Wrexham in Helsinki, then Rosenborg in Trondheim, Atletico Madrid in Stockholm, PSG in Gothenburg, Leeds at Croke Park in Dublin, and AC Milan to finish. That's 6 friendlies before the Premier League opener against newly promoted Hull City on August 22nd. 6 matches, 5 different countries. One very packed diary for Carrick's staff. Now Wrexham. Yes, that Wrexham. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's club have made their way up the leagues and are now a legitimate championship side, so don't expect a walkover. This isn't a glorified training session. Phil Parkinson's side have real ambitions of their own this season. And it's worth remembering just how far Wrexham have come to even be sharing a pitch with a 20-time English champion in a scheduled fixture like this. A club that spent years grinding through the National League is now testing itself against Premier League opposition before its own championship campaign gets going. And that says everything about the pulling power that whole rebuild story has generated. For United, it's step one of a long summer. But don't be shocked if Wrexham make it uncomfortable in spells. It's also worth flagging the calendar squeeze on both sides here. Wrexham have got friendlies against Leeds, Liverpool and Sunderland to come in the Premier League Summer Series after this one. Then their EFL Cup opener against Middlesbrough on August 7th before their championship season proper kicks off against Cardiff on August 17th. So both clubs are genuinely using this as a building block rather than just a shirt-selling exhibition. Right, let's talk about who's actually available. The headline here, Michael Carrick is likely to hand a debut to Andrey Santos in this game. With the £50 million signing from Chelsea expected to slot straight into the middle of the park. That's a huge storyline on its own. More on the Santos deal in a moment. There could also be a first appearance for new keeper Karl Darlow arriving as backup to Sen Lamans, who takes minutes between the posts here to get up to speed with the squad. On the fitness front, mostly good news. Lenny Yoro, Patrick Dorgu, Aidan Heaven, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Brian Mbumo and Joshua Zirkzee are all confirmed available for selection. The one blemish, Benjamin Šeško is still nursing a shin issue and could well miss out. Carrick described it as a shin problem after Šeško was withdrawn at half-time back in early May, and it looks like it's dragged into pre-season. Also worth flagging, Matthijs Ligt had back surgery back in May and wasn't pictured on the main training pitches this week, so there's a real question mark over his involvement here too. Nothing confirmed either way from the club yet on that front, so we'll treat it as doubtful rather than definite. One more thing to keep in mind, United have not confirmed their travelling squad yet. They typically do that right before departure, so some of what we're covering here is still provisional. If the lineup shifts by kick-off, that's why. Let's talk a bit more about the Šeško situation specifically, because it's one worth watching closely across the summer. He was replaced at half-time back in early May with what was described as a shin issue, and the fact he still hasn't been cleared for full training photos. This deep into pre-season suggests this isn't a minor knock United are just being cautious with. it could be something that lingers into the opening weeks of the season. For a player United will want firing from match day one, that's a genuine concern worth tracking rather than dismissing as routine pre-season management. And on Ligt, back surgery is never something you rush. Even once a player is cleared to train, there's usually a graded return involved, building up minutes gradually rather than throwing him straight into 90-minute friendlies. So even if he is available in some capacity for later matches in this friendly programme, don't expect him to be first choice from day one of the league season. Carrick and his medical staff will be playing the long game with that one, and rightly so, given how serious back procedures can be for a centre-back's mobility. Now the flip side, a decent chunk of the first team picture is missing entirely because of World Cup call-ups. Matthijs with Brazil, Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes with Portugal, Matthijs with Ivory Coast, Kobbie Mainoo with England, Altay Bayindir with Turkey, Tielemans with Belgium among others, all still away or only just back. Lisandro Martinez was also away with Argentina. So realistically, expect a squad that leans heavily on returning fringe players and academy talent for this one. Carrick has already been pictured working with a training group that includes youngsters like Harry Amass, Shay Lacey, Tyler Fredrickson, Jack Fletcher and Toby Collier, several of whom could be involved in some capacity around the fixture, even if not directly in Helsinki. Don't be shocked if this is two very different X's across each half. First game of a long summer, Carrick will want eyes on everyone he can get. Realistically, this is actually a useful window for Carrick, even if it doesn't look ideal on paper. With so many senior names still away, he gets a genuine look at his academy and fringe options without the pressure of needing a result. Every pre-season has these moments where a name nobody expects steps up and forces their way into first-team thinking over the following weeks. Think about how many current first-teamers around Europe first caught the eye in exactly this kind of low-stakes summer friendly. Worth keeping half an eye on the names outside the regular first-choice bracket here, because this is precisely the environment where reputations get built, right? That's the football. Now let's get into the part a lot of you are actually here for, the transfer window. Because it has been busy, really busy. Let's break down every deal. Quick scorecard before we go player by player. United have brought in 4 new faces this summer. Andrey Santos, Youri Tielemans, Karl Darlow and Cristian Orozco, and said goodbye to Rasmus Højlund, who's completed a permanent move to Napoli. There's also unfinished business, but we'll get to Edison at the end because that situation is still not fully resolved and we don't want to give you outdated information as fact. Let's start with the marquee one. Andrey Santos arrived from Chelsea in a deal worth a reported £50 million. And for a lot of United fans, this is the kind of central midfield reinforcement the squad has needed for a couple of windows now. He's got Premier League experience already through his time in England, genuine physicality and a passing range that should give Carrick real options through the middle. The scale of the fee tells its own story. That £50 million figure sits in the same bracket as what Tottenham paid to beat United to Matthijs Fernandes. So this is United putting serious money on the table for a central midfielder they clearly rate highly. Expect Santos to be one of the most watched names in Helsinki given the price tag and the debut expectation. Tactically, this could be a genuinely important signing for how Carrick wants his midfield to function. United have leaned heavily on a couple of the same names in the middle of the park for a while now, and injuries or suspensions have exposed a lack of depth more than once. Santos gives Carrick another body, capable of playing box-to-box, breaking up opposition attacks and carrying the ball forward. The kind of profile that lets United rotate through a demanding fixture list without a massive tactical drop-off. If he settles quickly, don't be surprised if he's a regular starter by the time the Premier League season kicks off, rather than someone easing in gradually. Next up, Youri Tielemans, arriving from Aston Villa. This deal, combined with the Santos fee, comes to a reported £85 million for the pair. Serious business for United's midfield rebuild. Tielemans brings that experienced, ready-made Premier League quality, someone who can dictate tempo and chip in with goals from midfield, which has been a genuine gap in United's game for a while. One thing to flag for timeline purposes, Tielemans has not yet actually joined up with his new teammates, so while the deal is done, don't expect to see him involved against Wrexham. What's interesting about this one is the history behind it. United have circled Tielemans on and off for years, going all the way back to his Leicester days, and it's finally happened, just via a different route than most fans probably expected. He's not the flashiest name in world football, but he's the kind of experienced, tactically intelligent operator who can slot straight into a Premier League midfield without an adaptation period, which matters a lot given how condensed this pre-season is going to be for him once he does arrive, because there's no time to waste with the league opener already on the calendar. A quieter one, but worth covering. Karl Darlow arrives on a free transfer as goalkeeping cover behind Tielemans. Not a headline-grabbing deal, but smart business. Depth at that position matters, and Darlow brings Premier League and Championship experience as an experienced pair of hands for the squad. He could well get minutes in Helsinki as United ease him and Lamans into pre-season together. These are the deals that rarely trend on social media, but genuinely matter over the course of a long season. Goalkeeping cover has bitten plenty of clubs before when an injury to the number one leaves a squad short, and bringing in someone with Darlow's experience for zero transfer fee is low risk, sensible squad building. Don't expect him to challenge Lamans for the number one shirt, but as an experienced presence in the dressing room and a reliable option if called upon. This is a deal United fans should be quietly pleased with. Now this one's been building for a while, and it's finally gone through. Cristian Orozco, the Colombian midfielder, has completed his move from Fortaleza. The deal is worth around £750,000, and it's been coordinated by United's lead South American scout Giuseppe Antonaccio. The reason this one took so long to formally complete is genuinely interesting. FIFA rules generally prevent English clubs from registering overseas players before they turn 18, and Orozco only hit that milestone on July 13th. So the deal's been agreed for a while, but United had to wait for his birthday to actually get him registered. Orozco captained Colombia at youth level and has drawn some early comparisons to Moises Caicedo for his ball-winning profile. Big shoes to fill in terms of height, but he's arriving with genuine pedigree. Don't expect first team involvement yet though. He's joined the academy setup for now and could feature for United's under-21s in the near future rather than lining up in Helsinki. This is a long-term project signing, not an instant impact one. This deal also tells you something about the direction United's recruitment has taken in recent years. Rather than only chasing the finished article at inflated prices, the club has increasingly gone after raw, high-ceiling young talent from South America and elsewhere, developing them through the academy pathway before deciding whether they're ready for first-team football. Orozco follows a similar route to previous academy imports, and if he settles well, adapts to the language and the football culture here, he represents exactly the kind of asset that could either become a first-team regular in a couple of years or a valuable sell-on if things don't work out. Either way, low risk, potentially high reward, and it costs a fraction of what United have spent on the senior additions this summer. On the outgoing side, Rasmus Højlund has completed a permanent move to Napoli, the first confirmed departure of United's summer. After a mixed spell at Old Trafford, a fresh start in Serie A gives him a clean slate, and it clears a forward slot for United to potentially still add to that department before deadline day. It's worth reflecting on the Højlund spell for a second, because there'll be a lot of mixed reactions to this one in the comments. He arrived with huge expectations and flashes of real quality, but never quite nailed down a consistent run of form and fitness at the same time. Serie A has a track record of getting the best out of forwards who struggled to find their footing in the Premier League, so don't be shocked if we see a rejuvenated version of him in Naples. For United, the priority now shifts to whether the club dips back into the market for further attacking reinforcements before the window shuts, particularly with Šeško's fitness still a slight question mark heading into the new season. So that's where things stand. Carrick's first pre-season test comes Saturday against Wrexham in Helsinki. Santos could be handed an instant debut. Tielemans and Orozco are both in, but not yet involved on the pitch. Big summer, and it's only going to get busier from here. Let us know in the comments. Are you excited about the Santos and Tielemans signings, or do you think United still need more before deadline day? Smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already part of the Red Devils Report family, and we'll see you in the next one.